Welcome, my turkeys and turkettes, to another top mystery of the week. This week is the Dyatlov Pass. I promised you a good one, and I always deliver. But like Elisa Lam, I also know this one pretty well, so after this one, I will be doing a bit more obscure ones, maybe recent ones that I don't actually know about, so we can all discuss and come up with a theory ourselves. That's what I kind of want to do, but yeah, this week we'll cover the Dyatlov Pass. So, if you're new to this, it is about 9 recent graduates from a Ural Polytechnic Institute in Russia. They are planning a hike and they disembark across a northern Ural, which a Ural is just a mountain range in Russia. So yes, this is the group. There, yeah, I got that one right. There are 9. Their leader, let me show you, is Igor Dyatlov. And what the fate of the mountain, the reason why it's called Dyatlov Pass is because of this incident. So, let's get cracking. Now, the thing to keep in mind is not only is Igor a well-trained and experienced mountaineer and a skier, but all of them are. All the other 8, they're all experienced. They know what they're doing, and they know what they're facing as well, because of the conditions on this mountain are rough. They are rough. If you look into it, a lot of conspiracy theories will say, no, it's just like a normal. Nah, the temperature, it's rough. There's an indigenous tribe there. They used to call it like the Manis mountain. That basically means the dead mountain. That doesn't mean, it didn't mean like people died there. It just meant nothing would grow there, like vegetation, crops and stuff like that. So that's why it's called that, which adds on to the whole myth, I suppose. So like you got a tribe saying, oh, it's the dead mountain, people's gonna like take that, you know what I mean? But if you actually look back into the roots, it does mean about vegetation and stuff. There was a lot of places called like Manis and similar things across the world. So yeah, don't get that mixed up. So the mystery, you ask? Well, these 9 friends, these 9 graduates, these 9 well-experienced, well-trained mountaineer skiers, they cut themselves out of their tent. So they cut themselves from inside the tent to get out, instead of using the zip or anything. And all of them leave in night attire. I'm talking barely any clothes. I think a few had one shoe on. Basically, yeah, you get the gist. Some just had socks. You're facing a night. It's pure dark, pitch black, minus 25 to minus 30 degrees Celsius. Yeah, what's happened? What has happened? That is the mystery. That is the mystery. Their bodies are found up to a month later. I'll go over that in a sec. Scattered, basically. Scattered, but in groups. I'll bring a map up and I'll explain a little bit more as we go along. But yeah, so that is the mystery. What caused them to get out of the tent? Some say it's a Yeti. Some say it's UFOs. Some say it's ghosts. There's a lot to go on. I've got my own theory that I'll say at the end. But yeah, that is the mystery. So now I will go into it a little bit more. It is now about mid-February, and the families of these people and friends, they are starting to get worried, right? They should have been back by now, well back by now. So they send out a search party, and it's taken a month to find them. And what they find is this. They find, that is a real picture of their tents, and what they can describe. You can't really tell, there's not a lot of pictures going on it, but what it is, they're cut from the inside out. Their clothes are still in there, camp food, stuff like that. So basically, what the idea is, what we've got in our heads, is they've left in a rush. Someone's caused them to, not just one, but all 9 to be like, we need to get out of this tent as soon as possible. Now, you look at the picture, right? What's going to happen? Like, who's coming for you? You know what I mean? There's not a lot of explanations from the picture we get, but from what the investigators and the people have said, it's very, very weird. That's the best way to put it. It's a mystery, basically. So, this is a detailed map. I can't really wave my mouse over it, but you can kind of see, basically, at the bottom left is the camp. As you go up, they find the tracks of bare feet and socks and a boot. Then the first person is discovered died of. I'm not even going to try to pronounce their name, but I'm terrible at it. Of hypothermia. You can see how they beginning with K, and then Slobodin, I can pronounce that one, also died of hypothermia. Then you get to, unfortunately, we'll come back to that, but this is the body of Igor Dyatlov. Yeah, so basically they kind of assumed from the three that I've just said there, so we'll do it in we'll do it in segments. There's 3 segments altogether, so for 3 groups. So Dyatlov and the other 2 that I just said, they were assumed to be crawling back towards the tent and their campfire. They obviously didn't make it, unfortunately, but why are they crawling? There's just things that they obviously died of hypothermia. Obviously, it's minus 25, minus 30 degrees. So they've left the tent for X amount of hours. Oh, yeah, you're talking hours. They wouldn't die straight away. So they've left, and let me go back onto the map. Oh, give me the map. Yeah. So, yeah, as you can see, they've left the camp towards the trees, and they're coming back towards the camp. One would assume that maybe whatever they was hiding from has passed something, you know what I mean? Anyway, right, then now the second segment. Let me bring this one up. These 2 people here, right, they are believed to have separated from the group that you just said about the dead, because I think they kind of wanted to they made their own little campfire, and I think that's the way they were trying to survive whatever they was going through. It is noted that one has trauma to the head, not as bad, but he obviously dies of hypothermia. However, the second guy has mass trauma to the head and a broken ankle. Also, let me say that both bodies were bloodied and burnt. Again, one would assume probably burnt from the campfire. Maybe they just died and the campfire. I don't really know much about it. I know a lot of people that know about it, but I don't know much about campfire and snow. I don't know how long the fire would last, if it would get bigger enough to burn them. I do not know that. But, yeah, so that's the state of them 2. Well, I think, personally, I think they thought, okay, maybe they was with... Let me bring up the map again. Sorry, guys. When I get into stuff, I get into it. Right, so the 3 guys that are crawling back, I assumed the 2 that died by the campfire, they was with them and probably thought, listen, we're not making it to the camp, so we're just going to stay here and see if we can survive this way. That's what's in my head. That's my theory. Right, okay, and as you can see, right at the top, there is 4 bodies. The other 4, hang on, just writing it. 3, 2, 4, yeah, 9. I'm just making sure. Right, there is 4 now. Right, that is in a ravine. These 4 people, I haven't got a photo of it, unfortunately. No, I don't. So a ravine. You know what a ravine is? Like a ditch, basically. These 4 people were found in there. All, as you can see, if you read the description, had there's a lot more. That's just like a brief summary, but basically a lot of them had mass trauma, mass injuries, and trauma to the head. One's head was like literally nearly smashed in bits. Most of them had some sort of fracture to the ribs, to the legs, to their ankles. Now, so my initial assumption was maybe that the group, they've got injured somehow. These 4 people are in the worst condition, so they managed to get them into a ravine to safety, maybe, and then the other 5 try and survive, basically try and get some sort of survival idea into their heads. So like the 3 set off crawling back to the camp, the 2 mildly injured guys stay at the makeshift campfire in the trees, and the 4 are left to whatever. Obviously I'm not entirely sure, and this is where the mission gets a little bit more weirder. The female that is in the ravine, she was found with her tongue gone, just completely gone, like no explanation about that. And it's just like, yeah, so basically Her tongue's just gone. So, right. The deaths was recorded as unknown compelling force. Basically, they have no idea. Right. So, I will leave the map up so you can probably have a look into it. I highly suggest you do, and probably look into a little bit more on the Wikipedia and that as well to give a good detailed explanation and stuff, because I'm just giving you the kind of like the brief just to keep it short and sweet, because I want to discuss it. I don't want to just blatantly tell you everything. So you go find out your own, make up your own mind. That's what I always tell everybody. So top 3 theories like I usually do. Number 1, the abominable snowman, the Yeti. Reason I'm saying this is because, believe it or not, like with the Elisa Lam one, I've got to add an odd one, like a really like out there one. However, for a long time, people in these villages believed, well, who am I to say there isn't an abominable snowman and didn't attack them? But yeah, this theory, a lot of villages, like a little, what's the words, like rumours, myths, that kind of thing. There is Yetis that patrol the Urals and stuff like that. And yeah, for a long time, they believed that maybe a possible Yeti. It explains the mass traumas to them. It explains the tongue being ripped out, apparently. So that is number 1. Number 2 is government cover-up. Basically, one thing I just forgot to tell you, which I probably should have said, but they are all, well, I think most of them have real big radiation coming off them. I'm talking twice the lethal limit on their clothes and on their bodies. I'm not going to full on show you the dead bodies of them, but you can find them. And if you do, they do look a bit odd. As in, apparently they were saying like the radiation killed them or startled them, and that's basically government is testing stuff, basically, or UFOs, because around the same time, locals in the villages and stuff have said that they've seen bright lights on the mountain range, and so they think, oh, the government's testing weaponry, and they've accidentally, killed 9 people, or some sort of UFO. X-Files style. Now, and on to the third one is... This one's pretty plausible. Out of all of them, this one's plausible. At around the same time, I can't remember how many prisoners. Basically, prisoners escaped from a local village and known to be very dangerous, right? So they led to believe that they captured them. One of the theories is the girl wouldn't shut up, so they cut her tongue out. Looking into it, it's very plausible. Could it have happened? I don't know. The only thing that I can't see is I don't think there was many, like 9. I think there was like 3 or 4. Like all of these, right? Obviously, the Yeti and the UFOs are gonna make you like, whoa, what's going on? Rip open the tent, run out into the night, and face death in the face, and see if you can survive it. But the prisoners one, I don't see happening. That's the only fault in that theory. Like the first 2, where I'm just like, even though I believe in UFOs and aliens and stuff, I'm still a bit like, I really doubt that, because there's no other, only apart from the radiation, there's no other signs that like what would aliens be doing, or okay, if the government was testing bombs and stuff, you'd find, shrapnel, not shrapnel, just you'd see stuff like you see in this picture. Oh, let me get the map off. There's no signs of a bomb going off there, is there? And that's their campsite. So I really do. Bearing in mind, yes, there's a lot of snow in the camp. What they basically do in the snow, they dig about 2 feet and then put the tents up. I think it's 2 feet or a foot, and that's how you make a camp in snow. Apparently, I've never camped in snow. I wouldn't do it. I don't really like camping, to be fair. But so yeah, something caused them to get out and just face the night. face their death. What is it? Hold on to my theory. So, my theory, I don't want you to listen to my theory before making your own mind up. If you want to play along with me, I know there's a few people that I really like on the mystery thing, so if you want to play along with me, stop now. Go make your own mind up. Watch, read, all like the different... There's a load more theories and stuff, so don't just get thinking there's only 3. There is a lot more. Go into depth about the radiation and stuff like that. The reason why I kind of left it out is I'll tell you in my theory. So yes, stop there, go make your own mind up, come back, and boom. Right, my theory, looking into all the possibilities and reading a lot about it, the reason why this wasn't a theory on the cards with the detectives and stuff is because they do not have many avalanches in their region, especially on these Urals. As you can see from the picture where they find the tent, it's very smooth. It's a very smooth snow. Just looks natural. There is no disturbance and stuff like that. The only disturbance, as you can see, is in the tent. Obviously, snow is piled on. Could be from natural snow. Well, I don't know how hard the snow was hitting. Nobody probably does. Probably somebody does. Probably judge it and stuff, but who knows? Only the 9 friends would know. However, reading about avalanches, there is a avalanche called Blanket something, and basically, it's what would make sense to me. This avalanche, it probably wouldn't even have to be that bad. Just enough to slam into their tents and startle them. It's the only theory. It's the only thing that I can come up with in my head that would make you like tear up in the tent and run off. Like with the prisoner theory, there was only like 3 or 4 prisoners, and I would imagine people that are in like peak condition, like hiking and mountaineering and stuff, I reckon they would handle them. Like, you wouldn't, like, I personally, this is just me personally, but if I was with a group of friends and some prisoners come knocking on my camp at God knows what time at the middle of the night while it's snowing and it's minus 25, minus 30, I would take my chances against the prisoners. I reckon I could probably have them, you know what I mean? Have them. But, yeah. It doesn't make sense for one, what are the prisoners doing? Well, they're just going to knock them, open the thing, cut a girl's tongue out, cause the group to rip open their tents from the inside, and then what are the prisoners doing? There's no other there's no logic. If I was anybody, but if I was a prisoner and it's minus 25, 30 outside, I wouldn't be opening a tent to these people. I'd say like hello and try and just basically befriend them to the morning or something. I wouldn't be like, and then there's no other signs of the bodies of the prisoners, because there would be. There's no way you'd be able to survive minus 25 to 30 if these 9 people who are experienced can't do it. So that debunks that theory for me. UFOs with the radiation, you got to understand that a couple of them did work where there is radiation. Yes, there isn't a lot of radiation where they were working, not like enough to make it 2 times the lethal dose. That is unexplained to me. Maybe something in the mountain. I don't know. I don't know. That's one of the things that I can't debunk, is the radiation. If anybody else reads, maybe there is new information. I do not know, so let me know. As for the abominable snowman and that, I don't believe in that. Just straight up. I just believe a weather phenomenon, maybe. I don't know, something. Maybe. I'm just going back, bouncing back and forward. I'm just debunking my own theory about, because there was a lot of people in the villages saying, saying they're witnessing bright lights. There's even a picture of them, which I probably should have put in this theory, but still, there is bright lights. What could they have been? Is it possible? Of a UFO, most likely. Well, most probable. I can't debunk it. I just think like with the Elisa Lam case last week, I have to think logical, and that would, with the information that I've got, like I was saying, like I believe in UFOs, but I don't know if they properly exist. So I can't be like, yeah, it was UFOs, like ancient aliens. I'm not saying it was aliens, guys, but it's aliens. I have no proof of aliens. I have no proof of ghosts, so I can't debunk saying, nah, because apparently that tribe that I was saying about, when I was saying about when they were calling the dead, and then people looked into it and went a little bit overboard with it, which you'll see on YouTube. If you go looking for these, there's so many videos on this, saying about the old spirits from these tribes and stuff. I can't debunk it, but it doesn't make much sense. Like, they didn't really bury their dead, I don't think. I think they cremated. But I can't debunk it because I don't know if spirits exist. So there's that. But what I do know exists is avalanches. You're in snowy conditions, but avalanches arise. Nobody knows. Like, they are on a slope. They're on an eastern slope. So, snow and avalanche travels down. So, personally, avalanche. That's what I believe. That's what I think. Out of all the information that was given to me, that is the only thing I can think of. That's my plausible one, anyway. If you look into the radiation one, it gets a bit weirder and stuff like that. There's just loads of stuff on it. And that's why it's a top mystery of the week. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you think about it. I hope you research about it. Because I'm not saying just stick to my video. No, go out and watch the other ones. There's plenty. Like there's what are they called? Bedtime stories or something. There's like a 3-part which is on for like an hour about it. So yeah, go watch them. By all means, go watch them, gather some information, and throw it back at me. Say, Matt, you're wrong about this one, or blah blah blah. I'm only going on what I learned about 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah, I've obviously done a little bit more research now just to get a few of their names, like, what was it? A Ural Polytechnic Institute. Oh yeah, baby. Try saying that 7 times. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Termeister, signing off.